just been at work and you're just minding your business, and all of a sudden somebody comes up as you're like trying to put up the shelf or something, or whatever it is you do at your job in retail if you're there. And somebody comes up and they ask you to look for an item and you find it automatically, and the most famous words I always hear are, "Man, if it would have been a snake, it would have bit me." You know how often?
I hear that every day, and it drives me up a wall. And the reason it drives me up a wall, because I'm like, is there not a new thing to say? There has to be a new thing to say, but there never is, and it always gets me.
You know, at my job the other day, I was ringing up some clients, and somebody came up and asked me where the Tylenol was, and I was like, yeah, it's right there. Like, and I pointed at it because I'm behind a counter, and
because that's where it was.
They were like, oh, I don't see it, and I'm like, oh yeah. So, and I'm still like, oh, it's like on the third shelf, like second shelf down, and so finally couldn't find it. So when I go out there, I just grab it, and they're like, oh, if it would have been a snake, it would have bit me, and I'm like, hey, here you go. Have a good one.
Working in retail is always the most frustrating when things become monotonous and the same. And that is always fun to think about. Hello and welcome to Missing the Wagon, a pop culture review podcast. I am your host, Samuel, and with me today is a co-host of mine, Miri. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm Miri. Nice to meet everyone.
Sorry, it's not funny. I'm just not used to you being high energy through y'all.
It's called depression, guys. I'm normally not like this.
A stranger's depression. And today we are looking over the 1975 classic Jaws. Watching this movie, Jaws is so slow. It is the slowest ever. And when I remember as a kid, I remember it being like back-to-back shark attacks, back-to-back like stuff happening. It is
the fact that like this is, I guess, like an equivalent. I guess if you want a slow burn romance, this is a good definition of it, because
especially when that man had sex with that shark to save everybody, that was crazy to me.
It's just I've never seen it myself. I mean, I've watched it now, but I've never seen the movie itself until recently. And when I tell you, like, it was such a like it took it a while to pick up. When I looked at it, I was like, why is this movie 2 hours long? Well, it took an hour to get there. So
that's and then when I watched the trailer for the movie, I fully didn't know this movie was based on a book, and I'm like, oh, that's real cool. I'm probably not going to ever read this book. Yep, it has a book.
How many novels?
It's just one.
And it's supposed. Doesn't like Jaws have like 5 movies?
Jaws has roughly 4 movies, but yes.
So how does that novel cover all 5 movies?
Nope. Covers the first one. That's all it does. And then there are some significant changes from the book to the movie. But yeah.
Can't see my face, but I'm making faces.
but yeah, there's a book, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And I'm like, the trailer even says like, oh, from the novel, Jaws. I'm like, oh, that's fun. I didn't know this at all. I'm glad I'm learning.
That was in the credits?
It was in the trailer, not in the credits.
Oh, I was like, I didn't see
the person in the credits was probably, I think, the author. Cause,
I was right there. I did not see that.
And the 2 writers of the script, they're in the movie as well. But no, like, yeah, it's a book. I didn't know it was a book.
Stephen King, they were acting in it?
Mm-hmm. But yes, before we start doing our review and synopsis of Jaws, we're going to look back at the year 1975 and look at some of the news from that year, January of that year to be specific. Did you know that January 1st of that year was International Women's Year?
What? Women's?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, the UN declared it in 72, and then 75 it's like Women's Year. And I'm like, I don't...
When?
Yeah.
How long after... How long was that after they did the rights for women?
It was about 55 years afterwards. And then also... on January 1st, H.R. Haldeman, John Erickman, and John Mitchell, Robert Meriden, are convicted of Watergate crimes.
I don't know who those people are.
They are people who tried to steal information for Richard Nixon during Watergate. One of the biggest presidential scandals ever.
I should probably cover my history. Remember this?
It was in Forrest Gump.
Never watched Forrest Gump.
Well, I guess we got something to do for the podcast. We can do a month about Robert Zemeckis. He's a director. He did Back to the Future. He did Forrest Gump. He did lots of things.
Zemeckis. Like Mendoza?
Jason Mantzoukas is not a director. But he has done many, many things from TV shows to movies. He was in Hudson Hawk, a thing you probably have never heard of.
Nope.
It's Bruce Willis.
The bald guy, right?
He did not start off bald. He started off with a widow's peak. But yes, Bruce Willis and Hudson Hawk, he did a album called The Return of Bruno.
Mars?
No. Bruno Mars was
We don't talk about Bruno?
No. Literally, his singing persona was Bruno, and the album was called The Return of Bruno. And Hudson Hawk was like this jewel thief. I think I haven't watched it in years.
This what?
Jewel thief.
Jewel thief.
Yes. But it's Bruce Willis, and he's soft launching his musical career, and it's not good.
He had a musical career?
No, no, he didn't.
He tried.
He tried. That's what Hudson Hawk was about. The return of Bruno out here.
Oh no.
Yeah, man.
Well, apparently there was no return. Just stayed there.
But yeah, man, we got Robert Zemeckis movies. We got Bruce Willis stuff that you haven't seen. Well,
I've seen some Bruce Willis.
No.
I actually know who Bruce Willis is.
I understand, but a lot of people have not seen Hudson Hawk for a reason, so that'd be a thing we could look at. In January of 1975, Wheel of Fortune came out. It debuted. It was first made.
Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah.
The game you always beat me at?
Okay, that's... Okay, yes. The game with the letters and Vanna White and Pat Sajak, which now has Ryan Seacrest, which is why. Also, 1,000 Led Zeppelin fans outside of the Boston Garden did $30,000 worth of damage to the Boston Garden, starting a riot.
Wow.
Same day Wheel of Fortune came on, so
wow.
They didn't even get to see it, and they were out destroying stuff.
Oh no, yeah, I mean.
Hey man, that rock music is of the devil, so gets you riled up, makes you start destroying stuff.
How much money?
30,000.
30,000?
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a wild time.
Wow, that was a failure in time of whistling.
Oh, the Rubik's Cube was patented during this year.
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know how to solve one, but they're pretty cool. I have one somewhere.
I love how the creator, he patented it under Magic Cube, and the best magic.
Wasn't
9x9 different colored squares.
A little cube, not cube, sphere, called Magic Sphere or something like that? Like a toy?
Probably, but you're probably thinking of a fushigi.
Oh!
You're thinking of a fushigi.
You think they use the same patent?
No, because there's no patent. It's a ripoff. Hey kids,
I don't know why I'm laughing so hard.
Look at this TV ad, and it's like, oh, a fushigi, oh. But yes. But yes, in January, all those fun things happened, and we had to deal with all of that. Now, we're gonna do another segment before we do the synopsis to Jaws, which is a draft. And our draft will be random. It will have
drafts.
It will be nonsensical, but it will usually be in theme to what we are reviewing. So this draft is for underwater creatures.
Not gonna lie, when you told me to look underwater creatures, I got kind of scared. I hate the ocean. It's scary.
The ocean's never scary after we watch a shark attack movie.
Shark? No, okay.
Do you want to start the draft? Miss, I'm afraid of the ocean?
I
Do you want to start? You pick your first draft, man.
And you said any as long as it was like ocean creature, right?
Yes.
The rainbow fish.
Like that was my thought. I love how she pointed to a picture on her phone of the rainbow fish.
The book. The children's book.
Like, where'd you even think of that? Where'd you even think of that? I haven't heard that book in years. But
reading Rainbow.
So your first thing is the rainbow fish.
Yes. Well, listen, like I said, I don't like the ocean. It's scary. I had to think about cute things.
I'm going to choose a megalodon as my first thing. Do I have a picture of a giant shark? No, I don't have a picture of it. But it's a megalodon.
I used that term earlier and I forgot about it.
Yeah. There's also 2 movies by Jason Statham. Or with Jason Statham in them. The Meg 1 and 2.
You know what it reminds me of?
No.
They came out with 4 movies for this. I think 4.
Is it Sharknado?
I hate them so much. I watched one of them. It was so... Okay.
Dude, I was like, do your second draft pick.
Oh, sorry. I think you know her. Undyne.
From Undertale?
Yeah. Okay. Undyne the Undying.
Is that really her title in the game?
I have no idea. I heard that a lot in the game. Like, in, fanfics.
I feel like if this was a 1-to-1 fight, I feel like my Megalodon wins everything, and now I feel like
That's very true.
my team sucks. My team is real... It's real heavy with... Like, my next pick would be a Hydra. Like, I'm just... Like, a multi-headed creature that's underwater, if you kill it, comes back.
This just looked really cool. It's this character I saw online. I don't know it exactly, but it's an Arctic siren from... It's a card thing. Anyway, she looks really cool. I'm just show you a picture, but I'd smash that.
It looks like a ice mermaid.
But look at that! Like, she still has look how fine she is, though.
Mm-hmm. Look like an ice mermaid.
Anyways, she could freeze me up any day.
Okay? I was like, I don't know if she has freeze powers.
Well, no, it says here, she has 2 claw attacks. But I'm pretty sure she would still die under your Megalodon.
My Megalodon?
Megalodon?
There we go. I was gonna say, is that one of those new Power Rangers?
She has a high dex.
It's gonna be somebody so mad that I said a Power Ranger Transformer and not a Megazord. They'd be real mad about it. I'm gonna go with the dugong.
What's a dugong?
A dugong is a part of the manatee family. And people...
I gotta pull this up because I have pictures. He doesn't.
I do not. I know how these things look. People...
Dugong?
Yeah.
D-U-G-O-N-G.
Dugong.
Oh, these are cute.
Yeah, the story next isn't. People believe dugongs...
They're sea cows.
Yes. People believe dugongs are what sailors thought sirens were.
No.
So...
No. Are you telling me sailors boned them?
Well, yeah. Some of them.
What?
Yeah. But yeah, man, people believe that when sailors are stuck on the sea, especially back in the day for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and they saw this creature that had a human-like genital origin.
Cool. What?
Yeah. They have a genital organ that looks like a female's. So
dude, they must have been looking real hard.
Hey, my man, people also died from not having fruit on boats. So yeah, that's what scurvy is. Scurvy is not enough vitamin C. So people died on boats for not having, fruit. So yeah, people were looking for some stuff. So I have a Hydra.
You want
I have a Megalodon, and I have something to stop men in their tracks.
I have something that could probably stop men in their tracks. I mean, kind of killed a good portion of Odysseus.
Not the rainbow fish.
Scylla.
What is Scylla?
Scylla? She used to be a nymph that loved somebody, and then what's her name? Circe cursed her, and she's now a water monster that she has like the body. Her head is attached to like a water monster. It has like in the picture like it has like 3 other serpents, and that she kills people that go
because
okay.
Because she just seems like a lady hydra. That's all. That's why I asked.
That's one way, yeah.
Because I thought, yeah.
I think Cersei was on that canceled her. Well, yeah.
Well,
I think
Cersei cancels lots of people in Greek mythology, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, but Cersei was also very raped and abused too. So
that's always light conversation. A pop culture review podcast. Well, if we're doing another mythical thing, because I think I've done 2 of them already.
That's my only mythical one.
I've only done a Hydra Hunt, then I'm going to do a Kraken.
A Kraken?
Yeah.
I got something that can go with her. Wait, is that 4 or 5?
For me, that's 4. This is your 5th one.
Ursula!
I feel like if these were one-on-one teams, I feel like I have one thing that could take all these things out, but that's not as fun. Also, Ursula knows magic, doesn't she?
Yes, she does. So I feel like she's a good teammate because both of them are bad.
That rainbow fish is gonna rip through air. Is gonna get inside everyone's body and eat their heart or whatever.
And then Ursula can just doggone Eye of Newt over here, and then bam, she got you.
Okay, man, she gets bested by a giant boat at the end. That's the movie. She gets bested by a normal dude on a boat.
Technically, in the real one, Brothers Grimm version, I'm not sure that's the real one, but in the Brothers Grimm's version, she actually advises against to becoming human, like to the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, because she's Triton's sister. She doesn't want her niece out here going up to the world of man. Also,
they still don't get along though, like because I think like
why would they get along?
No, they still don't get along because like I think Ursula was more like Ursula was made a villain in my opinion, but whatever.
Well, Disney has to. Yeah, how you gonna sell it? Hey,
that
lady was right.
In general, like the whole thing, like she had like I feel like she had a whole reason to become a villain. Like she's like one of those characters where like, oh yeah, I don't blame him. Okay.
Sounds like someone would love the movie Wicked.
No.
Okay. No, that we're ending that there. So my last thing.
I know I'm not gonna do it, but I just wanted to show you this one.
I've already seen it. You don't hide your phone. My last thing is dolphins, because dolphins are the only natural predator to sharks.
Really?
Only one.
Dolphins are horrible, though.
Yes, because they're the only natural predator to a shark. Nothing else.
That's not true. Sea lions are a predator to a shark too.
No.
I thought.
No. Sea lions are prey, my man.
Prey.
Yeah, but no. Only.
Like orcas, not orcas.
Nope. The only. Nope. Those are orcas. Orcas and killer whales are the same. Like the only natural predator of a shark are dolphins, and you're not wrong. They're real creeps. They're real creeps about it, and that makes me real sad. But hey, I'm drafting a team, so I control all the dolphins. I control all the krakens and leviathans. No, sorry, I didn't choose that one. I chose kraken and hydra. I chose dugongs because that was fun.
Dang, I control all the rainbow fishes.
Yeah, man, every single one. The special scales.
I
forget. Isn't that the point of the book? He has like a special scale, and like they need a scale or something. I haven't read that book in so long.
So he had special. I don't remember. It's been so long. All I know is like he gave a scale to somebody else because like they didn't have pretty scales. I guess it's just moral of the story. Just share your wealth when you want to.
Yeah.
I guess.
Because I'm also thinking now, I should probably make like little stingers for all the segments.
Stingers.
Yeah. Stingers are like 5 seconds of music being like it would be like if I'm trying to be like, oh, I'm doing the segment, something like that. I should probably do that. Yeah. Because also people love in the podcast is admin. People love hearing about admin. Yeah, like how we're
administration.
Yes. For the podcast, yes, that's all. People love doing admin, like me being like, I should do stingers here. Now we move on to cancelable, where we use our modern 2026 glasses to look at the year that we are watching the movie about and see how things have changed or shifted. Because the biggest thing I noticed is everyone's smoking indoors. Just everyone's like, hey, are you eating food? You must want to smell this cigarette. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I want to eat inside and not smell cigarettes. Also, people wearing shorts that are way too high. I don't like. Did you see anything that you're like, oh yeah, that definitely wouldn't fly nowadays in the movie?
Big hair. Like, a lot of people had big hair. Well,
it's the 70s, so typically.
The women in particular. What was she? Was she like a... She had, like, news reporter vibes. News reporter vibes.
Mm-hmm.
But she was the one when... That was, like... I didn't think that was funny. No, I didn't think that was funny.
Oh, you mean the lady at the town hall meeting that was like, these aren't jokes, people are dying?
Yeah. Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
She had very big hair. Like...
Yeah, because, like, you don't know who Farrah Fawcett is, but people love Farrah Fawcett hair. She's from the original Charlie's Angels.
Really?
Yep, Farrah Fawcett.
I don't think I ever watched the original.
It's a good show.
It's a show? I thought it was a movie.
No, there are 2 movies with Cameron Diaz, Lucy Liu, and Drew Barrymore. I think Drew Barrymore is with Tom Green in those movies, because Tom Green's a weirdo. But I don't know. I think they were together in real life at the time. Once again, I'm not talking about that movie right now. But yeah, Farrah Fawcett had big, cool 70s hair, blonde. People really liked her. She had a nice, bubbly personality. So big hair, but it was just an in thing.
It wasn't just that, but I mean, I'm not sure if this is maybe because it's a small town, but the fact how they were able to get access to the mayor at all times.
Well,
I'm not sure if that's like a time thing or if like it's just because it's a small town, but the mayor was he was there every time. Useless, but he was so like okay. And again, I'm not sure because it's a small town, but the mayor was looking for Brody. Was that his name? Brody all the time.
Yes.
So I'm not sure it's something you can see now, but.
Hey, it's a small island, and they left Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, so they could come to Amity. Do you know where Amity is in this world?
No.
Long Island. It's in Long Island.
Where's that at?
It's an island in New York. So, but yeah, because when I first heard the name Amity, I'm like, is this real? Because I know Amityville, and I was like, is this
the horror movie Amity horror?
It's Amityville, the thing I just said. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can't pronounce words.
No, it's fine.
That's what I thought. When he said that, I was like, oh, is this a horror movie? No, shark.
No, sorry. Because I'm trying to understand. You asked if this was a horror movie, and I responded with shark.
I responded with
shark. Okay, there we go. Because I thought
because when he said Amity, I thought about the horror movie. It's like a not Poltergeist, but like it's a supernatural movie, right? Like
what is Amityville?
Yeah.
Never seen it. Don't watch horror, friend.
I haven't watched it properly either.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if it's like, whatever. Anyways, point is, it's a horror movie. I know that much. Either horror or supernatural horror. But when I saw, I was like, oh, maybe I thought about that movie. I'm like, oh, maybe that's where they got the idea from. And it's just sharks.
So, Jaws is a 1975 classic. Summer blockbuster, and now we get to hear our goofy opinions about it. Hey man, this movie, I'm gonna say it until the cows come home, is so slow, and I didn't know that, and so when I saw it was 2 hours, I was like, oh, it's gonna be at a brisk pace. None of that stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's how we do it. Okay. During a party at the beaches of Amity Island, a young woman named Christina leaves with her boyfriend, who later becomes unconscious and goes skinny dipping. Her boyfriend doesn't go skinny dipping. She goes skinny dipping. And that scene irritated me real bad because I think I put in my notes, this is, like, it's so 70s fashion. But why are there just a bunch of teenagers being like, what I really want to get in my pants that have white bottoms is sand?
Yeah, so it wasn't, like, the scene cuts open where, like, you just see, like, these group of, well, I'm assuming teenagers, I don't know, group of people.
Are these young adult-esque people? They're between child and adult, so maybe teenagers?
You see them, like, passing, cigarette.
Probably a jazz cigarette, Grandma.
Beers, and, like, they're just, like, passing around and stuff like that.
But how'd they get it? They're underage.
And, back then was different.
It's still illegal. In the 20s, alcohol, you couldn't even distribute it. It's just the 70s.
yeah. So they just honestly the way how they like got each other's attention was very. It wasn't even subtle. Like it was just like he kind of did the.
Hey, you've been a teen. I don't think you were subtle either, man. Teens aren't subtle typically. That's not how teens
Yeah,
work.
but like I
Also,
get that.
a teen that's high and drunk is less subtle. It's like when
I'm not gonna say this next part.
it's just true. It's like there's been people who are high who come home and they're like, "Mom and Dad will never know." And I'm like, "Well, you smell like drugs. Your eyes are dilated like you're high, and you smell like alcohol. Yeah, man. Your mom and dad probably know. They're not stupid."
So, anyways, he starts chasing her across the beach, and he's like, mind you, you could tell he was pretty sloshed. She didn't. She looked like she was pretty good. Like she didn't look like she was under the influence, like with alcohol. She just looked normal. Like, and she's just taking off clothes. He's scripted. You know.
I still don't under because this is a thing that I think stopped in the mid '90s, but there is a phenomena in movies, especially when we go back and watch older movies, where people have to be naked in the movie,
so
and it's wild.
That's another thing that they don't do now anymore in movies. For some reason, back in these like older movies, I think that maybe I'm wrong, but for some reason they were more willing to expose like women nipples back then.
Women nipples?
Women like nipples, like female nipples.
No, I know what you mean.
But
it's just the way you framed it sounds weird to me.
Oh, well, boobs. Boobs.
No.
Back then they were willing to show lady boobies versus currently, which I'm not saying they should, but
well, they show male boobs in this show like I'm old in this movie as well. But what I'm saying is, you could have said female nudity because that's what they're showing. They're showing boobs. Yeah, man. But once again, she's skinny dipping. She's fully nude.
Yeah, she's.
That's what I'm saying. But they show that a lot in older movies, and I'm like, and it's within the first 10 minutes of the movie, and I'm like, wait, isn't this a shark murder movie?
Oh, but don't worry, like she's having a blast getting stripped and running to this water.
Not getting stripped. She getting undressed.
Yeah, she's having a blast.
No one helps her get her clothes off.
She's running, laughing, like she's having the time of her life.
Also, it really frustrates me because not only does this seminal classic start off with a lady getting naked for no reason because she could have just gone swimming. It's whatever, man. Also, you're going to the beach. You don't have like a swimsuit underneath your clothes. It's whatever. Put some swimsuit, put a swimsuit underneath your clothes. But the guy does a comedy pratfall. Like literally, he puts a shirt over his head and does a full tumble down a sand dune. And I'm like, so now I'm laughing at this goofy drunk kid pratfalling down a sand dune, and then I'm having this whiplash because less than 20 seconds before I'm watching a lady get fully naked to jump in the ocean, which not to be funny, that sounds like it's bad for your pH balance. It sounds terrible. It does. It sounds like, hey, I want to mess up my body for a week or two. That just doesn't sound good. While swimming out towards a near buoy, she is seized and grabbed by something below from a surface that thrashes her around. She tries to grab onto the buoy to pull herself up, but the force drags her underneath the ocean.
Christy is reported missing, and her remains are later found on the beach by the deputy of the police chief, Marty Brody. The medical examiner informs Brody that she was killed by a shark. Brody plans to close the beaches to ensure the safety of the people, but is overruled by Mayor Vaughn, who fears that reports of the great white shark attack will ruin the summer tourist season, the town's primary source of income. After the medical examiner falsely concludes Watkins' death was on account of a boating accident, Brody reluctantly goes along with the explanation.
And now here's a problem with this. Multiple things are a problem. One, in this movie, when the guy is like, oh, Chrissy went into the water, but I was too drunk and blah, 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 blah. And, he's talking to the police chief. The police chief, Brody makes a joke that the kid didn't get what he wanted from the girl. So then, he left her hanging high and dry. And I'm like, wait a minute. That should make you want to arrest this kid. You didn't get your sexual desires filled by this lady you were with, so you left her out in the ocean. Now you said she's missing because you can't find her? Hey, police chief, that's a real creep move. That's the first thing. You should be worried that there's a missing kid in your small island town. That that's just real.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah. Goofy guy wearing his sweater around his waist, being like, yeah, and they're having a stupid bros conversation, and the police chief is like, I know I'm married, but you must only be looking for this girl because you want something from her. I'm like, or we came here together, and I don't know where she is, so I'm worried about her safety and well-being. Then, the second part that frustrates me, it frustrates everybody. Police chief is like, oh, it's a shark attack. We gotta shut down the beach. And the mayor's like, I don't know, man. Bring us a lot of money. And
so, here's my thing with that. Like, there's a few things with that kind of, like, irked me a little bit about that. It was, like, first of all, the guy who did I say that already? The guy who had done the autopsy clearly told Brody that it was a shark attack.
Oh, the coroner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He clearly told him it was a shark attack. And then, Brody, being the professional, using his professional judgment, was like, yeah, we should close the beach. Mm-hmm. Starts getting things to make signs to close the beach. Again, the mayor, you can find the mayor everywhere here. Where was he? He was going, they were going on the boat thing where, like, it takes the car across.
A ferry. Yeah,
they were taking a ferry, and the mayor just rooms up there, and he tells them, like, oh, Brody, so I heard about you're wanting to close the beach, and you're new around here. Like, the fact that he uses the card that you're not from here, therefore you don't know what you're doing, kind of irks me. And then he tells him the same thing. He's like, oh, well, whoever this guy, the coroner was like, says a shark attack.
The autopsy man.
Yeah, and the guy literally looks Brody in the eyeballs and is like, oh, sorry, I told you the wrong thing. It was actually a boating accident. And they're like, Nani? Like,
also, you probably didn't notice this, but I put it in my notes. When Brody's making his police report with a typewriter, it says coroner's office instead of coroner's office.
So here's another thing about that. Mind you, they just found out somebody was killed. Like, they didn't know. Like, I guess, like, somebody got killed. They didn't know during that time if it was really a shark incident or if it was a boating accident. They didn't know, but there was a dead body, like, chopped up, mm-hmm. right? And clearly, this is something I put in my notes, but Brody is in his desk typing up a report. Once he gets confirmed it is a shark attack, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know that little old lady's name comes in. She makes a comment about how everybody is in there so early. She goes into Brody's office, and clearly they know somebody's dead. Like, they know someone's dead. And this woman is still gonna go into Brody's office and be like, oh, you know this one guy here, the kids who do karate, well, now they're karateing his fences, and he wants us to do something. Mind you, it's very well known right now in the office that somebody just died, and this little old lady's like, oh, that's not a big deal. These 9-year-olds keep karateing a fence of this guy, and he keeps calling about it.
Well, one, her name is Polly. They say her name in the movie you watch, but no, everyone is flippant about it. Like, because when we read the Moist synopsis, everyone in this town is super chill and relaxed and flippant about shark attacks happening, and I'm like, my man, like, can someone be like semi-serious about the shark attack? Like, anyone, but no one's serious about it.
For some reason, the shark is just a figment of someone's imagination.
Yeah, man.
Because, like,
the girl's dead. What's it gonna do? Kill some more people?
Yeah, and then when another person dies, it just, like, for some reason, like, nobody bats an eye. Like, this shark is like gold right now.
But keep reading because we gotta talk about this next part too.
Sorry. Okay. Brody reluctantly goes along with the explanation. Later at the beach, the shark kills a young boy swimming on his raft, and swimmers struggle to get out of the water. The boy's mother places a bounty on the shark, sparking an amateur shark hunting frenzy and attracting the attention of a local professional shark hunter, Quint, who offers to kill the shark for $10,000. The bounty thing. So, this mother is stricken. Actually, she's the only person who acts very reasonable throughout this whole thing. Her child just died, and she's the only one who's actually being like, shark, guys, shark, kill it killed my baby, right?
She's not reasonable. because she gets mad at Chief Brody.
Okay,
and
that
she's
part,
like,
yeah.
you knew about the shark attack, and
That
you didn't
okay,
do
so
nothing
that
about it. And
that
I'm like,
part is okay, but I'm talking about her reaction regarding the shark. She was besides Brody was kind of a little, but like she's the only one that was like, there's a shark.
He was a man with fear of drowning ocean and boats. He acted like a sane person that was afraid of drowning ocean and boats. Also, pause. Why didn't this goofy seaside town have some pre-made safety things being like, oh, beach clothes? My man had to go, like, this is not funny. My man had to go to a hardware store, make a beaches closed sign, because he bought the stakes, he bought the flat board, he bought the paint to make beaches closed. And I'm like, you're telling me that, like, there's never been a time where maybe you guys had to, like, clean up the beach or do this and that, to where, like, your Department of Safety in this town has, like, oh, hey, beach is closed right now, we're gonna do, like, something? No, never. It's never had to be shut down. So much so that the police chief, not the mayor or governor, the police chief has to be like, hey, I gotta make a handmade sign. I'm like, what? That's wild.
I don't know, but the thing is, this mother, this very distraught mother after losing her child, puts this bounty, and they're having this meeting about it. The men, when they bring up the bounty, one of them, with pride, asks, "Is it going to be cash or check?"
And then they all have their dumb.
And they laugh like it's the funniest thing they have heard.
Once again, everyone is flippant about these shark murders in this town, and I do not know why. It's the strange. Hey, that young teen girl died, and then then a dog and a kid die, because we don't see the dog again.
Yeah.
So
dog.
So a teen girl dies, a dog and a kid die,
that stick and never came back.
And everyone's like, whatever, man, just kids dying.
Yeah.
Just the future of the world dying.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
It's
Shark
fine.
jokes.
It's fine.
Also,
we can make more kids.
I've seen this in a lot of movies and TV shows. I did not know the scratching the chalkboard to make a loud, irritating sound to get a room to quiet down was from Jaws. Didn't know that.
Oh, actually, I found out. See, I've never watched like Jaws before, but I always watch Mojo. Mm-hmm. And Mojo, I think they had put on there one time that like
we don't do free pub on here.
I'm sorry.
No.
But they had said that was a like what's it called, like when they did it on their own, it wasn't scripted.
Yeah.
And like they didn't really think that would like
make that noise.
But he actually did, so they kept the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Two men plot to catch a shark by attracting using a roast on a hook hitched to a wooden jetty. The plan goes
awry
when the dog is pulled apart by the shark, which almost takes one man to his demise. Marine biologist Matt Hooper examines Chrissy's remains and determines unequivocally that she was killed by a shark, not a boat.
That's not funny. That reminds me of Kevin Garnett saying that on ESPN. Two things. One,
I have one thing about that too.
Charlie's an idiot. Charlie and his friend don't worry, the police chief is on the other side of the island. We don't got I don't know why I gave this man a very bad Jamaican accent, because he's definitely a middle-aged Caucasian dude. But like, they were like, don't worry, they don't want us in the water, but the police chief is on the other side of the island, so they can't stop us. I'm like, they also can't save you, clown shoes, because if something happens, it's just you two men being like, you know what, we got this covered. I'm like, I don't think you got this covered.
So here's my thing. Charlie almost, like, I'm assuming we're assuming Charlie almost died because, like, supposedly, like, the shark got stuck to the raft, not the raft, but like the bridge thing as it was pulled away. So it was coming closer to him as he was swimming away. Charlie was such a vibe though, because as they said, they used his wife's holiday roast, because I guess 10K was a lot, and one of the comments the guy that was with Charlie said was like, "Oh, it's my wife's holiday roast. She's gonna like get upset if this doesn't work." And the friend goes, "Oh, you know how many holiday roasts you could buy with $10,000?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." Shark comes, destroys the bridge, whatever it is that thing is. He swims back to his friend. They pull him over. They're both like, like out of like fear and like gratitude that they didn't die. And Charlie ends it with, "Can we go home now?" Which, you know, that was a vibe because it just reminds me of when you have a really bad day at work and your day finally ends, you're just like, please, just let me go home.
But because there's so many things, because I'm rereading my notes as we're talking about it, and I'm just like, there are so many things that my brain thought of when I was watching the movie. One of them was most of the people in the movie, especially in the first hour before July 4th happens and all this stuff, are Caucasian. And
What is it about their town that gets so poppin' during that time? Like,
well,
there was like a cruise ship that popped up.
New York doesn't have many beaches, so Long Island is like all islands. So like, oh hey, look, it's a popular beach town.
It was a cruise boat though.
Yeah, but my other thing is,
What cruise boat?
all of these Caucasian people don't have any sunscreen on. They're on the beach all day, and we see them on the beach all day, and no one has sunscreen on. No one even has suntan lotion. I'm like, are we tanning? Are we trying to protect ourselves? Are we just gonna out here getting sunburns? Because like these kids are out all day, like they're just out all day, and like there's no sunscreen. There's another thing. I forgot about it. In the very beginning, on the first, after the first kill, there were some kids out in the water before when Brody still wanted to shut it down before the mayor stopped him. Where they're like, we can't call them. They don't have any phones out there. And I'm like, man, what a non-modern problem to have. Because someone said this years ago, but it's like, yeah, like ever since payphones were on every corner, and ever since like maybe early 2000s when cell phones became hyper popular and everyone had them, movies can't have a plot of, oh, we can't reach a person. So for this 70s movie to be like, hey, we can't call the instructor or anything, they don't have a phone out there. And I'm like, man, that is not a problem anymore. Because someone can find
I didn't even
anything.
think about that.
Yep.
I'm like, back in the day.
Yes, 75. You weren't born yet.
You didn't have, phone was a luxury.
Yeah, man. And then another thing I love is how when you first meet the mayor, he's wearing a suit that has anchors on it. And I'm like, oh, does that mean he's weighing the town down or something weighing him down? I'm like, what? Like that's pretty solid symbolism, and it makes me feel like I'm a bad English teacher where he's like, the curtains are yellow. It shows that the artist was happy. It could just be the man is like, I live on a.
The curtains are black, bro. Yeah, they're just black.
But the man could just be wearing a sea themed suit because he lives in an island town.
Does he wear that suit again afterwards?
No, his next maybe for the first 3 times we see him, he wears an anchor suit. Then I want to say for the press conference, he wears a different suit, and then for the 3rd time we see him when he's in the hospital, he's wearing like a pinstripe suit that's multicolored on the top.
Oh, I guess that makes sense because during the first 2, he was really adamant not to.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the whole like conference thing, he was kind of like, you could tell he was kind of swaying, but he was more swayed by the fact that like the town wouldn't have money during the summer because that's why they get most of their money according to the synopsis of the movie.
What do you mean? That's what they say in the movie every time.
Yeah.
People in the movie are like, "Yo, but we get our money from tourism. You just stop that."
Are we at the conference part yet?
We're past it.
Okay, there was something that somebody said that they closed the beach for 24 hours.
Yes.
And somebody says just 24 hours, and even the mayor was like, it's just 24 hours. We'll go resolve this in 24 hours, and then you hear the crowd just being like, 24 hours? That's going to feel like 3 weeks.
Yes.
That's going to lose so much business. Mm-hmm. Bro, you guys don't even have people yet. Chill out.
No, but because the other part before we get to Hooper coming into town is, one, I thought it was crazy that this mother looked at the ocean and was like, I'm going to put a bounty on a shark. And I'm like, wait a minute. Does that mean I can bring you any shark? And I'm like, this killed your kid, man. Like, we got it. Because,
the mom was the only one who, after her kid died, she was the only one who was basically like, this beach is dangerous because there's a shark in there. Was she the most rational one out of everyone? Probably not.
Kinda, man.
But like her only fault throughout this whole movie was that she blamed Brody.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at one of my notes because one of my notes, because I don't know I was going to talk about before Hooper was, where's animal control in Amity? because there should be animal control. There's this reality.
Also,
like,
Hooper was very squeamish for somebody who's like had his whole life with sharks in the
No.
ocean. He's very squeamish.
Nope. And then the other thing I put, which made me laugh, shouldn't a beach town have like shark spotters at all times except for maybe winter? Because like for me, it's in the ocean. 'Cause, like,
The ocean.
well, no, it's the ocean. Like,
The
there's gonna be there might be jellyfish that wash up on shore and like other stuff that could be dangerous for kids. Because people are still dumping trash in the ocean at this time. So I'm like, you telling me there's not like a person whose job? Because like I see kind of a lifeguard because they blow the whistle, and Brody like during the third kill is like, oh, don't blow the
No,
whistle.
those were actually lifeguards with the shark spotters.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. This town, that's a beachside town, should have animal control because it's normal. Like, what if they're like wild dogs or something come into town? But two,
They're an island.
how do like people like you don't think there's like a bridge or something that connects people
You know how hard it would be for a wild animal
to cross a bridge?
But it's not a bridge. They have to like.
It's
drive.
only ferry.
Yeah.
Okay. See, once again, for me, I don't think about that. My brain
Like, but one thing if it's an actual bridge, and yeah, I can see your point. But it's like a ferry. They have to like drive back.
And also,
forth
there can still be people can still bring animals to the island. Like, what if they bring an invasive species of something into the island and then it escapes? And it's like, well, like he brought in both sexes, and it's like, well, now they're gonna spread across the island, and this island doesn't have animal control because the police chief has to hand make a beaches closed sign. No municipalities here. No, we don't play that stuff. And then, no shark spotters, which is weird. And then
They didn't really have a lot of anything.
yeah, no,
Like
because
their shark expert took them like a 3-day shipping to get there. Their signs took like a 24-hour, 48-hour build one like time frame. Their little meeting about it took like a 48-hour thing. Like a lot of things were like on a 3-day, 4-day shipping to them. If I'm being honest.
well, it is also the 70s, but the 70s isn't like it's not Wagoneer time. Like with Wagoneers and whatever, they would have to like
there was no airdrop.
yeah, right. But like their planes, their cars, their like people like I think in the 80s when
I didn't have phones, remember?
well but they didn't have portable phones, but like in the 80s is when they start doing car phones. So I'm like, I know people have like phones and
We
whatever.
only saw one car throughout that movie.
Yeah, and it's wild.
One, and that was the cop car. No, two if you count the mayor's. But
like stuff like that. It's just like at the meeting, this really gets me. People there's a shark out here swallowing everybody whole, and I'm like, the first lady wasn't swallow whole. The thing that happened is the shark did a thing sharks never do, which it bit her a little bit as a nibble and pulled her down, and then for funsies, swung her back and forth. Then ate her.
Literally like a rag doll.
Yeah.
Like just started.
Which I'm just like, why couldn't the shark just eat her? Then like for the kid wasn't eating whole either. The kid was pulled down a little bit, pulled down real hard. Which I'm like, how did the shark not fight back against the kid?
It wasn't even a pull down real hard. It's just that like you see the shark come up to the kid, pull him down, and then from like the camera moves toward like the crowd angle, and you just see like. It kind of looked like a whale, in my opinion, where they kind of like do the flip over, like very gently. That's what it looked like, and you just see like wings, like what are they called? Wings? Fins. Just.
Well, they're flying through the water, so you can call them wings. But like the kid, he there's a Kool-Aid explosion in the water.
It's not even a cool area. You literally saw like the shark just like have it in his mouth.
No, but afterwards the water splashes up because the shark's descending, and it's just Kool-Aid explosion. And I'm like, this shark has not eaten a single thing whole. We can say maybe the dog, because the dog is the only thing we didn't see a bunch of blood in the water. Like, maybe the dog got eaten whole. But the kid is smaller than the dog.
By the way, this shark is not normal because the fact that it's eating so many people in one bite, guys, in one bite.
Because if this shark were normal, the movie would be like this. It bites a human. Oh, this ain't a seal.
Yeah.
And it swims away. That's what. Then the movie's done. Hey, that drunk young lady, she nearly drowned when she got hit by a shark.
Like this shark has a personal vendetta with humans, bro. Because
you haven't seen Jaws 4, huh? In Jaws 4, because we might review it for this podcast. But Jaws 4, they find out that the shark is following the Brody family.
How? It got killed. It got killed.
That's why the...
Did it have a spawn and it's like, my son, you gotta kill this family. Avenge me.
I don't want to tell you more. That'd be hilarious. The shark's dreaming and it just has it has like a dream vision from its parent. You gotta kill them, son. They took me. No, but once again, I don't want to tell you because we might review the fourth Jaws. But yes,
there's no way. No, you're trolling me.
In the fourth Jaws, the shark, because I think
who's the director of this movie?
Steven Spielberg is the director of the first one.
Who's the director
of the fourth one? I don't know, man. It wasn't Steven Spielberg.
Okay,
wasn't him.
I was gonna judge the original creator if you man, you kept this going, huh?
You don't, because Steven Spielberg isn't the biggest on sequels except for like maybe personal properties like Indiana Jones and stuff. But yeah, like legit, like in the fourth Jaws, shark is chasing down the Brody family, and it's the goofiest thing. And as Michael Caine said, someone at the interviewer was like, "Hey, have you watched Jaws 4?" He's like, "No, but I've seen the house that bought me, so don't get me." But like even the man in the movie was like, "Not worth my time." But then like yeah, with Hooper coming into town, Hooper irritated me when I first saw him, simply for the fact of, this is not helpful. It's just true. Whenever I see Richard Dreyfuss, I think of his cool daughter, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. And you're going to sit here and say on this podcast how you haven't seen Seinfeld, which I'm like, oh.
I know of Seinfeld.
Yeah, but she's on that. She's Elaine. She's Elaine on Seinfeld.
Is she the one that plays New Christine?
The New Adventures of Old Christine. Yes. Yeah. That is also Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Okay, I know her.
But yes. But that's her dad. Richard Dreyfuss is her dad. So whenever I see him, I think of her. And I'm just like, man, I'd rather see her in her comedy. And besides you, even though he's a great actor. But, like, it's so strange to me that, like you said, it takes, like, 3 business days for a shark expert to get out to an island town. And, like, I don't know, I forget where they said the Institute was stationed. But I'm like,
I think
you're in, like...
They said somewhere, there was, I don't remember, because, what's his name, Hooper?
Yes.
He was like arguing with somebody on the thing because they wanted him back on like wherever he came from, and he just snapped on them and was like, "I can't go back. We have a great white in here and somewhere, but I think it was like California or something. They wanted him to go back. I don't know, but it was very far from there."
Well, no, even in the 70s, getting on a plane wouldn't have taken 3 days. You call somebody, "Hey, we need someone from the Institute. Can you send somebody?" They get like a plane ticket, and from California to New York, I think it's like 6 or 7 hours on a plane.
California, New York, I thought it was like more. Yeah, it's like 5 or 6 hours.
So, like, once again, they could have gotten on a plane.
Is that the same thing time? Is that the same time now versus then, or?
Hey, my man.
So I'm just curious. I'm not sure if the airplane stuff is also
I'm not an
advanced too.
I'm not an engineer. I'm not an aviator. I cannot tell you if planes are super fast. Now, I know we have like bullet trains and we didn't have those back in the day, but I couldn't tell you. But yeah, Mike, you call the Institute. Hey, there's some shark murders over in New York. If they're in California, that's a 5 or 6 hour plane ride. And then they're like, "Oh, hey, look at the body. That's a shark murder." And it's like, okay. And then we go about our business. Also, before I keep going with the plot, it's legit. A lady's husband is the police chief. Barney Fife, the deputy, it's not his name. But he found, like, Chrissy's remains on the beach with, like, crabs on it. Which, once again, sharks eating everybody whole. No, it's not. We saw Chrissy's remains on the beach in the beginning of the movie, so you're a liar.
Which is, like, basically just, like, half a torso?
Yeah.
Or like, you can't really see what I'm pointing at, but it's from the arm and like half like a chest.
No.
Is what it looked like.
Because that's not important. The point I'm making is like this. Her husband's police chief found a girl who's eaten, not whole, because even though the media said it was whole, then
liars.
A dog disappeared and we don't see any blood. Which I'm just like, okay, maybe the dog was eaten whole because the shark didn't bite him in half and then eat him. But then a kid is like bitten in half and eaten.
Whole?
No, not whole. Because once again,
you didn't see any body parts from him.
Cool. If I eat a muffin whole, I put it in my mouth and then it's in my mouth and it's gone. if I bite a muffin in half and then eat the rest of the muffin, I'm not eating a muffin whole. I'm just eating a muffin. So the kid got pulled down and like it's like a shark bit off his leg and his legs, then ate him again, and then we had a Kool-Aid explosion of his body. But like, so the wife sees this and she's like, "Hey, you want to drink and fool around?" I'm like, "Wait. So your husband just saw two dead kids, has been fighting with the mayor of the town about shutting it down, getting people out here to check it out, and your response is, hey man, how about you ignore that for a little bit? Because you know how you have ocean trauma that we point out later in the movie? This will make it better, right?" It's like, no, because I still have ocean trauma.
It'll take his mind off of it, you know.
Brody doesn't sound like a man who goes about taking his mind off things like that. Like, he just doesn't seem like the kind of guy. But
also, I wanted to add, for Quint, he's a little weird. I mean,
what a statement! Man, you know what? Thinking of Clint, I would have never thought that man was weird.
Are you making fun of me?
Yes. His character is actively that way on purpose.
I like.
They're all three of the main dudes at the end are all weird.
No,
dudes.
because you got Brody, who's a fucking
weird man.
No,
he's not weird.
He's not weird.
He's not weird.
He's awkward.
Okay.
And he looks like he has anxiety and depression.
Okay, yeah.
Meanwhile, Hooper is just a nerdy dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Quint, who's just like wants to be a Fisher version of Sasuke.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had to be that guy. Probably not model out. I understand what you mean about his cool edgelord energy.
Edgelord.
But like, I don't think in the '70s were like, hey, like that Naruto thing, like that what thing? Nah,
might as well.
You guys will see it soon. About 20 or so years, you guys will see it.
Not just that, but like, I mean, at least for his like, this is just like actor wise. His actor was very, very handsome, older gentleman. You know, really pretty eyes.
You know, you have like the internet. You could definitely look up that man's name, and they showed us his name in the credits.
I'm not gonna bother too much.
Oh, okay. I'll search all these random facts to say, but I won't search the actor that we're talking about. When fishermen capture a large tiger shark, the townspeople believe it to be the culprit of the earlier killings, and the case is now closed. Which is the dumbest thing possible, because, and this is just me being honest and very real. If it were a tiger shark, because like Hooper even says it, like, oh, I need to check the circumference of the teeth and all that stuff, and people are like in the scene being like, but if you want to check it, why don't you stick your head in there? This is a man-eating shark. And I'm like, why is everyone so flippant about these murders? Because this can't be that hard.
They literally, basically, they found the first shark they could set their eyes on, and they're like, all right, guys, case closed. And when the specialist, who was, doing their job, is like, we need to cut it open to make sure we got the right one, everybody, like, all of a sudden is like, why? And for some reason, they start to, like, they start to insult him, too, didn't they?
Yes.
They start to insult him. And basically, like, I feel like they were castrating him.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's called emasculating, but sure, they were figuratively cutting away his testicles.
Oh my gosh! Like,
but yeah, because Hooper asked to examine its stomach contents because he wants to see if it has a body of a teen girl and the body parts of a young boy. Yeah. But they
digest very slow.
But the mayor refuses, and it really that gets me too, because I'm like, wait a minute, because the mayor is like, oh, if you cut that thing open, it's gonna get mess all over my soup, and it's gonna smell bad, and blah 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 blah. They're taking all the pictures. You can't be doing that. I'm like,
the fish smell regardless.
But no. My problem is the mayor is just like, whatever, man. We caught the shark. Listen, he's good, and I'm like, just cut it open and see.
Anything that I learned about that whole scene there when they're taking pictures and how like the photographer is just talking really fast about, all right, 2 up, 1 down, 2 down, 1 row here, 1 row down, blah, 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 blah. He sounded like a freaking
auctioneer.
Yeah, auctioneer. How fast he was talking and how he wanted people to pose with the shark and where to go. Mm-hmm. And my initial thought is that the way how they were setting up for the pictures, it sounded so annoying. I mean, I don't like pictures generally, but it just it just sounded annoying. Because the guy was talking so fast. I'm gonna row here, row here, row here. You want to take a picture? Come over here, here. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, guys. Ugh. Anyways.
That evening, Brody and Hooper secretly open the shark's stomach and discover that it does not contain any human remains. They head out to sea to find the shark, but instead find the wreckage of a boat belonging to a local fisherman, Ben Gardner. Hooper explores the vessel underwater and discovers a sizable shark tooth protruding from the damaged hull before he is startled by Gardner's corpse, causing him to drop the tooth. Without evidence, Vaughn refuses to close the beaches or hire Quinch. Now this also doesn't make sense to me because I can understand the mayor being like, the mayor in the entire movie is like, whatever, we're not closing the beaches. We need to make money. So then they check the boat. The boat has like the boat is damaged on the underside of the hull, and no, it hadn't sunk. It's damaged on the underside of the hull, and the boat's still like bobbing up in the water. And Brody's like, "Oh yeah, that's Ben Gardner's boat." I'm like, "We don't know Ben's name, so you saying his name doesn't mean anything." And I'm like, "He's probably dead." So me knowing his name at this active moment is a character he's just been introduced. I don't know the man.
Also, this also stands with his point that character was very well whole in the water.
Yeah, because the shark's eating everybody whole. No, it's not. There's so many dead bodies we see of pieces of humans. I'm like, that's not whole.
And this is something I've stated too. Hooper is just so squeamish for seeing dead bodies when he's a specialist. Why are you so squeamish, bro? I thought you would have. Well, I'm not a specialist, so I wouldn't know. But I figured if you're a specialist in the field, you would kind of be desensitized. There's one scene in particular where he's looking over at the first victim's corpse, where he's like talking and he's like just into the little recording app thing, because little microphone he has as he's recording his documentary, whatever it is. But he's just like he's wheezing.
Man, it's like this man who studies fish doesn't study dead people. So now he's looking at the remains that are chewed up and torn apart of this teen girl, and he's like, man, that's really sad and that sucks that I'm looking at this. Man, I can't believe that guy that looks at animals. He looks at animals and he's over here squeamish because he's looking at a dead teenage girl. Man, what a baby, what a pansy of a man. Yeah,
I thought they were specialists that would see all kinds of stuff, not just dead animals.
The institute studies fish. Why would he be inundated enough to be like, oh, this dead teen, whatever. Like he wouldn't. That wouldn't make any sense.
Well, did it to be? Many tourists arrive on the 4th of July, where a dorsal fin is sighted. Many causing mass panic, only for it to come onto the land and be discovered to be made of plastic. It was a prank orchestrated by local teenagers.
Hey, not to be rude to the Jaws wiki out here, because we're reading from the Jaws wiki. I don't know if I said that in the beginning. That's not what happened. What happened is they saw a dorsal fin. Everyone and their mother panicked and got out of the water.
Oh, actually,
and then,
well, hold on. Before this, we forgot to mention, when people are coming in, like when the people are coming in for the 4th of July thing, for their summer thing, because they don't want to close for the 4th of July, 4th of July. The mayor is still in a suit, by the way, in a suit on the beach, and everybody is on the beach, and no one is going in the water, like no one is going into the water, and he goes up to who did he go up to? Was it Charlie?
That's not Charlie, but it's like a man he knows.
Yeah, it's like
everyone's here, but get him in the water.
Yeah, and like he knows there's a shark in the water, and he basically pushes this close friend of his to go into the water. And at first you're just thinking, oh, maybe it's just him. No, this man grabs his wife, who then his wife and him grab their 2 children, and they go in the water, and the mayor's just watching them go like, yeah, go in the water. And I'm thinking like, that could be murder, right?
No. You learn this if you read the book. The mayor's actually a shark. It's like all his plan. No, it's not the kind of book. That'd be wild. No, but
silence.
Because for me, what frustrates me is in the synopsis, it's like, it comes on land and they see it's just a dorsal fin. Like, no. What happens? Is the man, like you said, Mayor coerces one of his friends and his family to go into the water that he knows there have been a bunch of shark murders in. And then, after all the shark murders are happening, everyone sees this family go in the water and have fun, so y'all jump in the water. And it's like, okay, cool. And then someone sees a dorsal fin.
Which to me is crazy because the mayor's still just like get in the water, get in the water. Like,
but they see a dorsal fin.
Why did he go in the water?
He's wearing a suit. Are you being silly?
Why is he wearing a suit?
Hey man, I got a professional everywhere I go. But yeah, and then someone sees a dorsal fin. And someone yells shark, and then everyone stampedes out of the water.
It wasn't someone. It was a lady.
She's unnamed, so it's someone.
Yeah, it was a lady, not someone. It was a lady in particular. A lady.
It wasn't a human. It was a woman.
It was a woman. And they did that thing that this is something that kind of irritates me in these kinds of movies. Is that yes, I understand the panic. I'm not saying like, oh, hey, look, shark. No, I'm not saying that. But like, she literally sees the fin, and then does this whole like the scream painting expression, and she starts swimming back and screaming, "Oh my gosh, shark, shark!" And then starts pushing into people, and then this causes people to panic. So then, literally, kids are on floats and stuff, and grown adults are literally pushing kids off these floats to get off the water.
See, my biggest problem with this scene...
Sorry, get out the water.
Well, my biggest problem with this scene was not the adults acting like jerks, because it's the 70s and everyone in this movie was a real jerk for no reason. They were just flipping about murder and death all the time. My biggest problem was a different lady. She heard everyone yell shark, and she froze in the water, grabbed her kid, and they're standing in waist high water.
Yeah, and she's just crying, yelling.
Yeah, but they're in the water. I'm like, so we're gonna pause. Let's say everyone get out of the water. You're standing waist deep in ocean water where the shark is,
Holding
and you're like,
your child.
yeah, I'm like, bro, like you should just. I understand you might be afraid or panicked. Walk forward, like you're holding your kid. Walk forward with your child. So then you're out of the deadly water where the shark is. So and then, because the point I was getting to about this was, it wasn't, the thing came to land and they saw it. No. These kids, people saw the shark, people saw it was a big panic.
The crazy part to me.
No, the kids, then, the cops surround the kids because they think it's the shark.
Gunpoint, you, like gunpoint.
So, it came to land. The kids were in
the water.
Yeah, in the water with their scuba stuff on. And one of the kids he made me do it. And the kids turn around, and there's 15 rifles pointed at them. And I'm like, my man, if I'm a child, I'm peeing or pooping myself in the ocean when I turn around and there are men with cocked, loaded rifles pointed at me. And I'm like, oh, hey, I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid in a scuba suit. I'm getting I'm like, come on, but that's what happened. And I'm like, oh, get to land. They did not get to land. Kids were like, hey, we're about to shoot you, kid. We're about to blast these kids because we thought it was a shark. And I'm like, also from where the police were, I hate to be that guy. The thing looked pretty flat. From how they were doing a semicircle, they should have noticed that something was off because there wasn't a shadow underneath the dorsal fin in the ocean, because animals have shadows underneath the water. And this one didn't. And everyone's like, hey, don't worry, we're going to shoot it once it crests a bit more. I'm like, wait a minute. So, that threw me off. But yeah, it was a prank orchestrated by local teenagers. These kids didn't look like teens.
As people are calming down and recovering from the panic of the prank, the shark encounters a cove and tilts a rowboat, killing the boater. Brody's son Mikey, who narrowly escapes the attack, goes into shock. Brody finally convinces Vaughn to hire Quint, and Quint reluctantly allows Hooper and Brody to join the hunt. The three set out to kill the shark aboard Quint's vessel, the Okra.
Yeah, and then there's just casual, just casual sexism that we have to deal with. It's like, that's fun. And then also in the hospital, the mayor finally has this real revelation of my kid was at the beach. They could have died. And I'm like, My man, are you telling me that it didn't matter if other people's kids died, but when his kid was in danger, he's like, oh.
That didn't matter either because...
That's not true. That's what he said. He was smoking. He's like, oh, my kid could have died. You got to get your shark.
Yeah, but even then, Brody was like, even bigger reason for you to sign it. He still didn't sign the form.
That's not true. He signed it then. Because Brody asked him 3 times. And when the mayor was like, my kid was at that beach. That shark needs to get out of here. That's when Brody said it, and then he signed it. He finally said it. Because once again, when it affected that mother whose kid got exploded into a Kool-Aid explosion, don't matter. When that teen girl that was...
She looks a little old to be having kids, bro.
Hey, man. People who... the older you are... the older you are, the less kids you could have. How could the past exist? But legit, like, it literally had to affect him personally for him to be like, you know what, let's shut down the beach. And I'm like, hey, like, yeah, if you were... Because, like, here's the thing. This is not funny. Let's say that this happened a week before July 4th. If this clown of a mayor would have just shut down the beach for the week before July 4th, they called in Quint, they killed the giant shark, and then they go about their business, then this movie is very short and doesn't have anything happening. But I'm just like, yo, like, yeah, if you would have shut down the beach the first day, we caught the shark because at the beach on July 4th, we had like 5 boats of people, and they were speed boats with 15 rifles. Like, I hate to be that dude. If the rifle, like, if before they reload, the rifles have like 8 bullets in each, that's 40 bullets in a shark. That's 40 bullets in a shark. The shark's not living through that. The shark really lives through at the end with like getting some harpoons and whatever. So I'm like, yeah, man, like 40, like a bunch of dudes shooting the shark in a week would have gotten the shark dead. And it's like, hey, look at this giant, like 20+ foot shark. And the mayor's like, no, only when my family was in danger does it matter. I'm like, it mattered before. Your citizens are dying. And you're like, whatever, man. Brody is given the task of laying a chum line, but an enormous great white looms up behind the boat, and the trio watch it circle the orca. Quint estimates its size as 25 feet in length, with a weight of over 3 tons. He harpoons it with a line attached to a flotation barrel, but the shark pulls the barrel underwater and disappears. Now this gets me, because I understand Brody doesn't want to be on the ocean at all. Like, we learned about his trauma. I understand that he doesn't want to drive the boat at all. That's cool too. The thing I don't get is, once again, maybe it's because it's the 70s, and maybe I'm too... Quentin wouldn't like me because I'm too newfangled and high technology. You tell me you can't have like a little thing that's like, oh, hey, we're going to have a bucket of chum. It tilts it out and puts the little chum out, tilts back up, tilts it up. Like, we need a man to do that job. You can't just have like a little thing that's like, oh, we're going to tilt it out, burn it out. Like a pulley system to where you're like, oh, you're going to put it out, pull it in, something like that. And so I'm like, okay, that seems kind of waste. That seems like a waste of police chief. Also, the police chief, like, last time we were at the beach, everyone had rifles. This time, the police chief has a 6-shooter, and I think Quint has a rifle. But I'm like, you telling me that we go from having, like, 4 boats of people, with 5 people on each boat, to having, like, legit a 6-shooter and a rifle? And I'm like, I feel like that sounds like bad planning, but I think also Quint didn't want a bunch of people with him. I think that was the whole thing. When he was scratching chalkboards, messing up his nails, or whatever, he's like, I want to do it by myself. I want the money for me. I'm a big man. So,
he ain't getting that money.
Yeah. So.
The man retired to the cabin where Quint relates his experience with sharks as a survivor of the sinking of the USS Indianapolis. The shark returns, damages the hull, and slips away. It reappears in the morning. Brody attempts to call the U.S. Coast Guard, but Quint destroys the radio, enraging Brody.
Because it doesn't make any sense. I understand Brody's afraid, and like him being afraid can affect the other 2 dudes in this crew. But like, hey, bro, Quint, I understand you don't want to share your money. I understand you're a big man who's like, I don't wear a life jacket because I saw people get eaten by sharks. That's fine too.
So here's my thing.
But why destroy the radio?
When I think I missed this when you were talking earlier, but when they're doing when they're doing the like the whole bait thing, like throwing bait out there, Brody, I forgot, but Brody got sassy with Quint for some reason. I think because like they were doing like the bait, he was the one doing the bait, and so he got a little sassy with him because I guess he was getting tired of just throwing
chum in the water because
Yeah.
chum smells like garbage.
Yeah, so he was just sassy with him. And next thing you know, he throws one last scoop of bait, and you just see the sharks just rise up from the water.
Yeah, man.
Like,
The iconic scene, and then he drops a cigarette out of his mouth.
yeah,
And then we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, he walks away slowly into the cabin.
Yeah.
The cabin of the ship. And Quint's like, "What's wrong with you?"
Mm-hmm.
And he tells him, "We're gonna need a bigger boat."
Also, if you're looking for that line, because I was waiting for that line's like an hour and 20 minutes into this movie. It's a 2 hour and 4 minute movie. And if you're looking for that line, it's like an hour and 20 minutes in. And I'm like, okay, I didn't think it would be in the very beginning. I don't think in the first 10 minutes we were in it, but I didn't think it would be like 3/4 through the movie. Then we finally get the line.
After a long chase, Quint harpoons 2 barrows to the shark, and the men tie them both to the stern. But the shark drags the boat backwards, forcing water onto the deck and flooding the engine. When I saw this part, I was like, at this point, like I said, obviously this wasn't the normal shark, clearly because it's in the movie, but I think at this point they weren't fighting a great white shark; they were fighting a megalodon.
Well, because and also you're not wrong. It's a great way. I'm like, okay, cool. But the other, I'm like, that's wrong. It's bigger and stronger. But the other part is, there's a part here when like they're repairing the engine, and like because Hooper has been steering, he's telling Quint like, "Yo, if you push the boat too hard, it's gonna burn out the engine, and we're going to be dead in the water trying to track and get away from this giant shark that's strong enough to pull the boat." And Quint's like, "Whatever, man." Because like there's like literally there are like 3 or 4 shots where we see Quint constantly pushing the engine to its brink, and I'm like, I understand. Like once again, the story that he says about being stuck with 1,100 men in the ocean and sharks picking them off day by day or whatever, wild because sharks wouldn't do that to humans. But the other part that's crazy is Quint's death wish. It should be for just Quint, but Quint's like, whatever, man. You guys are with me now, so it's your death wish too.
Yeah, so all of a sudden it went from like individual. I'm okay if I die too. No, we're all gonna die now.
Yeah, because once again, we all see the shark is capable of pulling a boat, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna burn out our engine. I'm gonna burn our motor, and now we're gonna list through water.
He was just so accepting of like, I mean, if I die, I die.
Yeah.
And like, and at this point, he's like, and if I die, I guess y'all are gonna die with me.
Yeah, you guys are on the boat.
Before Quint can sever the lines of the machete, the stern cleats are yanked out. He then heads towards shore, hoping to draw it into the shallow waters and suffocate it. In his obsession to kill a shark, Quint burns out the Oprah's engine. This, to me, this part here.
Oh, that's a fun Moby Dick thing. I didn't even think about that.
The thing too was that when he as he's pushing, because you know like the shark is like right behind them and stuff, he's literally like as Samuel said, he's literally like pushing the ship hard, and like Hooper is telling him like, hey, like you're pushing her too hard, you're pushing it too hard, it's gonna like thing, and he's like warning him, and freaking Quint's like, shut up.
But because like once again, reading the synopsis, I didn't think of it as a Captain Ahab Moby Dick thing, where it's like, oh, my obsession with this shark is bigger than my own life. I pictured it as a thing where it's like,
I read Moby Dick.
You should read it. It's really solid. It's a great obsession story. But the whole point is like for me, I thought it was because like we heard the story about him being trapped. And we heard him, like, we know he doesn't wear life jackets because he's like, if I go down with the ship, I go down. I don't want to be stranded and attacked and all this stuff. So I thought it was just he has fully accepted that it's either him or the shark. And if death comes, it comes. But, like, it seems, if it's a Moby Dick thing, it's more of like, in his blind obsession to capture the shark, not even to get the money, but in this blind obsession to kill the shark, he's like, I'm willing to do anything, and that means put myself or others in danger, which is, Moby Dick. But it's just like, it's crazy to think of it that way, because for me, I'm like, I just thought he was a real jerk, who was like, whatever, man, I've come to terms with death. I know you guys haven't, and that's fine. But I have. So I'm gonna do whatever I want. But it's more. But like when you give the Moby Dick spin, where it's like, oh, no, like this shark is my great. Like I think Moby Dick is the great white whale. But like that's my obsession, and I'm willing to go to any lengths to get it. And I'm like, oh, that still sucks because you're willing to kill people to get that thing you want. But it's just like, my man, like that's a crazy obsession to have because you didn't know the shark existed like a week ago. You didn't know it existed a week ago, and now you're willing to die to capture it. That's okay.
I need to know what happened in this man's head in order for him to grow that obsession, bro. Because again.
He saw a bunch of his friends get eaten alive by sharks. That's literally the story.
A dog and
No. Once again, the U.S. Indianapolis story.
It was the same shark? Is that what he said? Did I miss that?
No, that'd be so good. That'd be worse than Jaws 4. It's not the same shark. Once again, the story was, hey, our naval boat got hit. We were stranded. And there were 1,100 of us, and we were picked off day by day by packs of sharks. You know it was one shark that ate?
No, I was under the impression it was like the same shark that was killing them.
No, because they only.
I was like,
because at the end of the story he says how there's only 317 of them left.
Yeah, I got that part. Like I was thinking that I thought maybe I missed the fact that this shark was in relation to those sharks.
I thought the shark had traveled across the world to track down one.
Yeah, or just traveling the world.
No, that would be a silly plot for a movie. Who would do that?
I don't like that tone.
Once again, that's Jaws 4. Jaws 4 did that. Like you were like, no. You're like in the first good one. You're like, so this shark from World War II came back and got
no. That's
that'd be crazy.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe like I wasn't just really like retaining information well enough in the movie because I was like, wait, that was the thing. I missed all of that.
No. But no, once again, over like 800 men were eaten, or over 700 men were eaten, and it's like, yeah, but it's crazy. But yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, he is kind of obsessive, but I thought he was just a jerk. But because he is a jerk, but still. I'm like, oh okay, yeah, that bent makes me understand more. Because once again, without the World War II speech, which is not in the book, Quint just seemed like a crazy madman. Specifically. With the boat immobilized, the trio attempt a desperate approach. Hooper dons scuba gear and enters the ocean inside a shark-proof cage. This cage is not shark-proof. The shark bends the bars. And then it like rips it apart. I'm like, oh, how proof is it? It'll be like a house being fireproof, and then it burns down. Like that's real fireproof.
It wasn't even that. It's like it's basically like again. This wasn't a great white shark. It was a megalodon. Mm-hmm. Because this shark made it look like that metal cage. It made it look like hay. Mm-hmm. Like it just looked at it and it just bent. Like there was even no penetration. No penetration or no robust action against it. It was just the shark looked at it and the cage just fell apart. Yeah, that's how weak that cage was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Intending to lethally inject the shark with a hypodermic spear filled with strychnine. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I almost forgot about that.
By the way, he drops on the bottom of the seafloor.
Of course. But yeah, the shark attacks and demolishes the cage from behind. Also, that's not true. He attacks from behind first, then he attacked from the front. He's like, "Oh, you dropped your spear."
By the way,
then he attacked.
I've never seen a shark cage before, so I
never. Mm-mm. Okay.
Never seen one before, but if it is exactly how this looks like in the movie, I have some concerns for the divers.
I'll say then they haven't made any improvements in 50 years, and that'd be crazy.
Because the way how this cage was set up, there was like a very good opening. And I'm not talking about the opening where you as a person go in. I'm talking about when it closes, there's this little slip there, and it's so big enough you can literally come out of it yourself without having to go in through the actual opening.
That's not true because you have a scuba tank. You wouldn't be able to. The tank would keep you from being able to go to the front.
My point is,
a shark can get to the front.
Yes, that is my point. That is my point. Anyways, again, it's a movie. I'm not sure. I don't know.
But no, and once again, they're 50 years ago at least. So like, I would assume that there are changes and upgrades and innovations in shark cage technology. I hope so. Um, the shark attacks demolishing the cage from behind, causing Hooper to drop the spear before he can inject it. When the shark becomes entangled in the wrecked cage, Hooper escapes and hides in the seabed. Now this is going to be crazy. We don't know that. As an audience, we don't see him escape. What we see is what the men see, which is shark attacks the cage, he drops the spear, which they don't know up top, and then the shark keeps coming back around and destroying the cage.
You kind of do see him swim towards the algae, whatever it's called. You kind of do see him. I'm looking at these pictures of these shark cages, and let me tell you, friend, these look terrifying. I don't understand how. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. Anyways, so you do. I'm not sure if you saw this, but you do see Hooper kind of swim towards like.
See,
what looks
maybe
like
I was taking notes, because for me, this is what happened. We saw a shark attack the cage. Hooper's out here stabbing it for his life.
Yeah, see, he's
stabbing it real good.
I was really thinking like that. Listen, that cage was more of a It was more of a, what was it? Is it called? What is it?
Well, it felt like plastic wrap to the meal you're trying to eat, and the shark ripped through the plastic.
Not only that, but when Hooper was trying to escape it, there you go. It felt more like a liability than it did a protection at that point.
Yeah,
but you just see him trying to stab the megalodon, because it's not a great white. Mm-hmm. You just try to see him stabbing him, and honestly, I kind of wanted to laugh at that scene. Because he's just stabbing it, and just the shark is just wiggle.
Yeah, that's all I was doing. But no, but that happens. And for me, I saw him stab it, and I saw like the shark like throw the cage aside.
Yeah, he yeeted that.
But that's the thing. Like for me, I just saw him throw the cage aside, and like I saw Hooper try to get out, but I didn't see him escape. And then they were on the boat, like reel it back up, and they like it breaks one of the masts. Yeah. And then the cage comes back up, and there's no Hooper. And like once again, we don't see him in the seabed, and then the two people.
I saw him in the seabed.
Okay, the two people on the boat are like, "Well, I'm guessing our friend's dead."
Yeah, so like to the people up in the air,
Brody and Quint.
They were like, "Oh, he dead."
Yeah.
But like no, like at least when I guess I wasn't writing notes when he was, but when I looked up, like Hooper was like like frog swimming towards the algae.
The shark then leaps onto the boat and attacks it directly, crushing the transom. Quint slides down the deck and is devoured alive by the shark. Now, the shark has been attacking the boat directly for a while, because he like hits the side of the boat and it starts leaking, which is why the engine's bad.
It started like when he was talking about like the USS whatever
Indianapolis.
Like it started. A man
trauma jumped on you, and you don't remember the trauma though.
But the shark started attacking then, which one of the things that I wrote on here is like, why is the shark smart, bro? Like, why is it smart? Why is it attacking the boat?
You would hate Deep Blue Sea though.
Oh no.
But and also this is okay. Quint does not slide down. Like it's not like a Looney Tunes. He doesn't slide down, and then the shark's mouth is open, and he just goes down in his gullet. Because once again,
like going outside,
yeah. Because once again, this shark has been told eats thing holes. It doesn't eat anything whole. What happens is Quint slides down. He puts his foot on the nose.
Mind you, they do this little dramatic scene where like
a thriller
Quint is like sliding down and Brody's trying to grab him, and they do that scene like that anime scene where like they just barely miss hands. And just Quint just slides.
I'll say, well, that's in many things, but yeah, that's what happens. Like they miss hands. He kicks at the shark's nose, but like he can't get back up.
He kicks at his teeth too, which.
And then the shark eats him in 3 bites, which once again is not eating somebody whole.
I wouldn't say it ate him. I just want to say it just bit half of him.
Oh yeah, and then
dragged him down.
Yeah, went underwater and was like, hey, whatever, man.
It wasn't even like a whole like I'm gonna eat you.
But yeah, he bit his leg. Then he bit his torso, then put him underwater.
Yeah, and then once he chomped down real good on the torso, that's when Quint was like,
When the shark attacks again, Brody shoves a pressurized scuba tank into its mouth, then takes Quint's rifle and climbs the sinking orca's mass. The shark, with the tank still in his mouth, begins swimming towards Brody, who shoots the tank, causing it to explode and blowing the shark to pieces. Hooper swims to the surface, and he and Brody use the barrels to swim back to shore. Now, that's the end of the movie. Because I thought there would be something else afterwards, and there was not. This ending did not frustrate me. I will say, the people who don't know, the writer hated this ending. The writer of the book hated this ending. Because in the book, the shark dies due to exhaustion. Because it's like
What?
He's I'm sorry.
That's better?
For the writer, because this is what happened. For like a week, the shark's been shot, it's been harpooned. Like literally in the last like 10 minutes of this movie, it's been it got harpooned roughly 3 times with the 3 barrels with flotation. Then it got shot with the rifle and with a revolver. Like once again, sharks are killable. So once again, but like it died from exhaustion because like once again, it's using its exertion to destroy a boat, to do this stuff, to fight, to go down underwater and whatever. So it's like a bunch of stuff. But like the author, there are accounts where he's yelling at Steven Spielberg about how this is a dumb way to end the movie, and I love that. Where he's just like, "Yo, bro, I know you guys paid for the rights to this movie and whatever, but that's stupid." And now Steven Spielberg's correct on this one. For a movie, the explosion's the way to end it. Because if we're doing all this fighting stuff and we see a man get chomped and taken underwater, and for me, a third man is like hiding underwater, which I'm like, okay, I like the idea that he's like stabbing the shark. He's like, maybe his leg is cut open because of teeth or whatever. Because like him just hiding the rest of the time seems kind of sucky. Oh wait, the shark destroyed my cage and now I'm hiding from it. And you guys killed it now? Well, I'm back. I'm back now.
I don't know, man. Like, I guess realistically, yeah. Poor shark.
Poor shark getting all those free meals. How could he?
I still don't. The plot of this is not great. Like, what was the correlation to it? Like, what was the fear during that time? That like what was the shark significance of like?
Oh, I don't know, man. It'd be wild. For me, I'm reading my notes again, and this is way back in the movie when they found Ben Gardner's boat. My note was multiple shark attacks, empty boat. What happened? Another shark murder is what happened. What do you mean what happened? Shark killed a man. Like we're hunting a shark. What do you mean what happened to the boat? The man got killed. Yeah, why are they smoking in a hospital? Casual sexism that happened. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, he doesn't hug his wife. Like, Quint gets to be sexist to the lady who's helping Hooper get the stuff onto the boat. But when the police chief tries to hug his wife because, his trauma and fear, Quint's like, look at this guy, huh? Loving his wife.
So obviously he doesn't hug her. And I didn't really realize what it was until after he pointed it out. But, like, there's the scene where, like, I guess, like, he gets called out for, like, wanting to hug his wife, and he kind of just, like, gives her like this like awkward smile, basically like a pat on the back type thing. Mm-hmm. And he like jumps on the boat and she's just looking, and for some reason all of a sudden she was like all smiles and giggles when he was like getting ready to go on the boat. But as soon as like he doesn't hug her and he jumps on the boat, she starts frowning.
Yeah.
And then she does that running away crying thing, and I'm like, what happened? Like, you were all smiles and giggles. I was like, was that a really big thing? Like, in the movie?
Yeah, but yeah.
Was that supposed to be impactful?
I also love how at the end of the movie it's just 2 dudes talking and chilling, swimming back to shore on barrels. Like, that's all it was. This dude's talking and chilling and going like, barrel time.
Nobody, well, they're like, oh yeah, Quint's dead.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
Like, death.
Brody does tell Hooper, and Hooper's like, oh, where's Quint? Like, yeah, Eden. Well, time to swim back to shore. I'm like, okay, man.
For some reason, the thing of people dying is not a second thought. Like, it's just, you're dead. Okay, yeah, cool. Next person. Like, that's what it was.
And, but yeah, this movie, I like this movie, but it's so slow. Maybe it's because of my modern sensibilities, but it's so slow. Because even the action scene at the end, where like literally, it's so spaced and the pacing so slow to me,
I think,
where like it goes along where it's like, oh, okay, we're doing Quink's thing and we're doing Hooper's thing, and it's all so spaced out.
I've never fully watched Lord of the Rings, but I think Lord of the Rings plot is faster than this.
Oh, okay, man. That means you gotta watch Lord of the Rings now, I guess.
I don't think you'll like it.
I've seen Lord of the Rings, so that's vague.
Do you like it?
When we come to review it, you'll find out. But
long movies, bro.
3.5 hours director's cut. But yeah, some fun facts about this movie that I did not know. Because if you're a Jaws fan, you probably already know these facts, but I didn't know these facts. Jaws was the first movie to make over $100 million domestically. Like I didn't know that. Yeah. That's crazy to think about. Because like I don't know why, but like I think of things like Goodfellas and Godfather. I think Goodfellas is later, but like Godfather and stuff happening. Like I was like, Ben-Hur was a big deal, like maybe in the 50s and 60s, and I was just Ben-Hur is like one of those sword and sandals epics. That's like 4 hours long or whatever. But I always picture movies like that because studios were making them consistently. I always assumed they made great money, and so when you're like, oh, Jaws is the first $100 million domestic thing, I'm like, oh, great, that's cool. I wouldn't have thought about that.
Wow.
And then, like, I think internationally, Jaws made $490 million.
Wow.
And I was like, whoa, that's wild.
Wow.
But yeah, it was the highest grossing movie domestically until the release of Star Wars in 1977.
Star Wars.
Yeah, man. Two more years, then you got Star Wars. And then, as everyone knows, the shark's name is Bruce. Because you knew that,
what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the shark's name. When they made the 3 puppet sharks, the shark's name is Bruce.
How'd you...
That says movie trivia stuff people know.
What?
Once again, I assume everyone listening knows that because that's just a basic thing.
Bruce.
Yes, his name Bruce. Yes.
The shark.
Yes.
That got exploited.
Yes.
Or died of fatigue.
Yes. Well, in the book is no name, but in the movie, the puppets are named the name Bruce.
The shark.
Yes, the shark is named Bruce.
Like the robot that plays the shark, or the actual shark in the movie?
There's no actual shark. There are 3 puppets they made.
Oh, okay, the puppets. Okay.
There's no real shark in this movie.
I thought like that was the actual shark name in the like that.
Oh yeah, because the writer who got mad at Steven Spielberg for blowing up the shark named it Bruce, the scariest name.
I was like, oh, that's cute. Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, when did they have time to name the shark?
When they were building it and it didn't work because it kept being waterlogged. But yeah, Bruce is what was the name of Steven Spielberg's lawyer, which is why he named it. Yeah, that's why he named it. That's why he named the shark Bruce. But also,
why did he name it after his lawyer?
Because they're sharks, man. I don't know what you mean. He spills blood in the water, he goes for it. Or maybe his lawyer is a murderer, because that's what the shark is. But I'm not Steven Spielberg, so I couldn't tell you.
Shark.
But also Bruce, for anyone who doesn't know, is the name of the shark in Finding Nemo. And this is why. Because it's named after the shark in Jaws. Like, yeah, man, that's really fun. In the book, there are 2 things that happen that I really find interesting, that I wish were in the movie. One, Brody's wife cheats with Hooper.
What?
Yeah, Brody's wife cheats with Hooper. And Hooper dies in the book. Which I'm like, oh yeah, because when I watched the movie and the shark ripped through metal like it was nothing, I assumed that with all his stabbing underwater, he would die. That he'll get bitten, and either the shark will like take off a leg or something, and be like, hey, you're gonna die anyway, I'll eat you later. But like I thought that would happen. But it didn't. It's just he came back out from water. I was hiding underwater, but y'all guys were fighting the shark. Yay!
So in the book,
Brody's wife cheats with Hooper. Yes. And Hooper dies. He gets murdered by a shark for cheating. You cause infidelity in this marriage. Death by shark.
I guess that would explain some stuff in that scene, that dinner scene.
Oh, you mean this man bursting into someone's house, taking her husband's food from in front of him and being like, hey, wife, we're drinking wine together, right? Huh?
Yeah, and then she's being all like, well, she's being nice. I don't want to assume that, you know.
Yeah. But it's not in the movie at all. But yeah, in the book, Hooper is a cheater. Oh, sorry, Brody's wife is a cheater,
and then Hooper's a homewrecker.
Yeah, man. and then he dies. He gets murdered for his own.
So, like, did it specify how he found out?
I haven't read the book. I can tell you. I need to read the book. Once again, I found out.
You can't throw this stuff at me.
I actively can. That's why I have it written down. And then in the book, the mayor owes the mob money.
The mob?
Yes.
There's a mob?
Yeah. But he owes the mob money, and I'm like, if there was like a throwaway line about that, we don't need a bunch of exposition. If there was a single line about how the mayor owed people money and he had lots of debts or gambling, anything, it would be like, oh, so this mayor isn't just a jerk because he's like, shut up, we're gonna get some people killed because I want it open for the town. Because like for me, he's already a bad dude, but I'm like, oh, okay, so he's such a bad dude, because he has these mob connections, and he's worse maybe than he naturally is, because he has to try to make the money back and pay. Like, once again, he's probably siphoning funds or embezzling funds from the town so he can pay back the mob. So if they shut down the beach, there won't be enough funds in the coffers for him to pay back the mob, so they don't come hurt his family or break it, all that stuff. Like, once again, I still think that in the book is probably the same scene where the mayor's kid nearly dies, and the mayor's like, oh, I don't know, they've got to get this shark. I'm like, you should have got the shark before. But I'm like, though, that scene would have made this movie so much better to me. Like, oh, instead of this guy's motivation just being, hey man, I'm gonna make money. It's, I want to make money so I can get the mob off my back. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Mob? Where was the mob doing for helping with the sharks then?
Why would the mob help with the shark? They don't gotta get the money. The mayor needs to get the money. I don't gotta help with the shark.
Oh, you ain't got no people, you can get money.
It's not people. It's the mayor. It's only the mayor. People in the town don't owe the mob. The mayor does.
So here's correlation to Brody's wife. So I looked up just to get an idea, and it says in Peter Birchley's Jaws novel, Chief Brody discovers his wife Ellen's affair with Matt Hooper. Though through intense suspicion, observation of their behavior, and by confronting them about their whereabouts, rather than catching them in the act. Brody becomes suspicious because of the time they spent together and his own marital dissatisfaction. Marital dissatisfaction. After Elaine returns from a hotel tryst with Hooper, she finds Brody sitting on their bed. When Brody asks where she was all day and if she has spoken to Hooper, she acts evasive, claiming she only spoke to him on the phone.
I was making love to the shark, Brody. The shark listens to me, Brody. You don't listen anymore.
The tension grows to the point where Brody nearly strangles Hooper when they were out on the boat due to his jealousy and paranoia. Brody largely confirms his fears through the way Ellen acts and the obvious lingering animosity between himself and Hooper rather than a single confession. The affair subplot is a major deviation from the film, highlighting that Ellen's unhappiness and her desire to reconnect with her affluent pre-marriage life.
Yeah, that sounds... So, yeah, this is about right. That's very boring for if this were a horror thriller and it was leaning more on Brody's personal stuff besides his trauma, like when Quint did a trauma dump, and he's like, hey guys, like, that would make sense. But like, yeah, like there's nothing to do. Now, how much do you think this movie cost to make? Remember, $1970.
Oh, 20,000?
20,000? I'm guessing I understood it. Well, because you're probably like, yeah, there are some big names, but you don't know those names. And we're in one city, and then we go inside buildings in that city, and that's about it. It cost $9 million. So it cost $9 million. They made $490 million in total.
Okay,
so of course,
I was gonna be right if I said million, but
yeah.
You said 19. I was like, okay, it's less.
Oh, no, it is less than like horror movies typically in studios take less money to make, which is why like you'll notice there are lots of free domain horror movies that come out, or public domain horror movies that come out, where it's, but like, because horror movies are so cheap to make, So this movie is cheap to make, and then even though they built Bruce and they built 3 versions of him, the one they were using that was full body for the shots for full body kept getting waterlogged. So like, oh hey, someone has to fix it, but like all it means is someone has to dry it out and do this and that, so they don't use it. So literally, it's just we shoot on a boat, we shoot with these men, we shoot in the town. So I'm like, that's pretty cheap. Like $9 million is probably a lot in 1970 dollars. Maybe now $9 million, it's about 18 million, 20 million. I don't know for sure. But I'm just like, 9 million, and then you get about from roughly 10 million to roughly 500 million. I'm like, oh, you made like a 50 times profit. Like movies nowadays would love to do stuff like that, especially with their 100 million, 200 million dollar budget. They would love to get that. That would be like $10 billion, which would be like it'll be the highest grossing movie ever. But yeah, like stuff like that is always a crazy thing to think about when you look at that and think about it. But it's like, yeah, man, nine million budget for 490 million box office, and then I really need to read this book. So, would you recommend Jaws to people?
No.
You wouldn't?
No, it's not my cup of tea.
I would recommend Jaws. I think Jaws is a good watch, but once again, if I do watch a horror movie, because like I'm a fan of Alien, I'm a fan of maybe first or second Friday 13th Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm a fan of those kind of movies, but those movies move like at a click, at a pace. And
like it's actually trying to tell you something.
Well, because Alien doesn't in the beginning, it kind of doesn't. But when like once people look at the flesh egg and get attacked or whatever, it starts moving at like a good clip.
I'm still curious. What does the whole shark thing signify? Because
Could be a fear of the ocean because it's a shark. It could do that.
Just because the fact that this shark was just so not shark-like.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Yeah, it wasn't shark-like. You would really hate Deep Blue Sea, man. You would hate that movie.
You know, anything with ocean, I just.
Oh, don't worry. It's an underground aquatics. I think it's like aquatic biology lab where they give sharks special experiments. They become super sharks.
Okay, like, not only are we doing animal abuse now, but the horror ocean. I don't know what's worse, the fear of ocean or the fear of knowing that an animal is being experimented on that creates a monster.
I think both are pretty equal, and that is our show. Do you have anything you want to plug, Mary? Any projects you have upcoming?
No, not currently.
Okay. Well, subscribe to our YouTube. Subscribe to our Patreon at Missing the Wagon. YouTube's at the same. And subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review. Maybe we'll read your review on the podcast. Thank you for listening and have a good day.
Thank you.